everyone. Welcome to your weekly nutritional oracle card reading for the week of March 29th through April 4th, 2021. This year is just going by tremendously fast for me. I don't know about you, but very fast for me. But I did find out that all the planets are direct, and when that happens, then things feel like they're moving faster. So that makes me feel a little bit better. That's about all I know about astrology though, so that's all I can tell you about that. But anyway, hello. I hope that you all are doing really well. I'm doing great today. Thank you for asking. And if you're new here, hello, my name is Erin. Welcome in. I hope that you enjoy spending a little bit of time with us today and that you find some good information that will help you to support your body nutritionally, reduce some stress levels, and raise some joy, right? And we're gonna be happy to have you here today and I know we'll enjoy your company. And if you are returning, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Hope things are going well. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or concerns, how you're doing, if things are going great. If there's things that you're doing that we haven't discussed in here, that would also be amazing to know. I would love that. So anyway, I did put the timestamps, as you could probably already see, but I love saying it. So I'm just gonna say it at the beginning of every video for probably a good old month or so. All right, because that's just the way I am. I wanna be thorough. All right, so let's go ahead and skip ahead if you wanna skip ahead. But for those of you who like to take a couple of breaths, set an intention, get some awareness, be mindful, just settle into yourselves, go ahead and we can take a couple of breaths. I'm just gonna take one and you can take as many as you like. We're gonna breathe in through our nose, out through your mouth. And you can just envision, if you want to, when you are inhaling, you can inhale colors of light, sparkly, beautiful, glittery things, anything that makes your heart feel happy, makes you feel positive, brings you some good vibes, anything like that, you can breathe in, all right? And then when you're exhaling, blow from your mouth if you can, and then you just want to dispel anything that's not serving you, energies, other people's guck, whatever just is not with you, gonna help you in this reading. Now, if you want to set an intention, you can set an intention of what you want to get out of this reading today. That will be fine and dandy, all right? So go ahead and take a couple moments to do that. I have lit a candle for us today already, just because I like to bring good vibes in. So we have the candle for your intentions, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get busy with this reading because I'm excited to see what's going to happen. And as usual, we're going to go ahead and we are going to get the overall energy of the week. And we are going to be working with the very first card in the deck. How about that? Expansion, north. All right, so we're gonna be working on north, your true north. Probably almost everybody's heard about that, right? That's your authenticity, where you feel comfortable or where you feel like you belong, maybe. So we're going to be looking at finding our true north, but in an expansive kind of way. So this is talking to us about treading new waters a little bit, broadening our horizons, letting our mind kind of drift a little bit, and be guided to where we feel guided to, right, without hindering it. But before we actually make decisions, we want to make sure that we research, because this is also about you want to be guided and you want to use your intuition and anything else that's bringing you to some kind of choice or decision, but you want to make sure you have all the facts, right? You want to do the research and make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into, okay? So let's go ahead, let's do our moon energy. Okay, Ooh, I'm a Cancer, so I like this one. New moon in Cancer, and it says you and your loved ones are safe. Well, that is good to know. I'm glad that you and your loved ones are safe. Happy day, right? I love that. All right, so you and your loved ones are safe. This is talking about making sure that your private life, your family life, your relationships are kind of on point, right? Make sure that if you feel like you have lost some connection with your family, now is the time to reconnect. It's also a time to kind of reassess and readdress your goals and where you want to be in life. Address any insecurities that you may have, right? That may be getting in the way of you exploring things, right? Because this card, we're exploring new directions. So we want to make sure that we aren't letting our insecurities and fear stand in the way of that. And one of the ways that we can do that is to have a good connection with our family and have a good sense of us being taken care of too, right? So nurturing for us. Cancer is a water sign. The moon is very emotional. It's a very emotional card. So we're going to be dealing with our emotions too, and we need to nurture them. So we need to do things that make us feel like we have taken care of ourselves and that we are in our authenticity, that we can be honest, because you got to be honest with yourself here. When you're trying to make these choices, you're going to have some honesty. So we want to make sure that is going to happen, right? All right. I like that. And not just because I'm a Cancer. Let's do our spirit animal. Oh yay! I love pig spirit. I love him because he's got wings. All right, number 47, and pig spirits is asking us to use your mind wisely. Use your mind wisely, right? I mean, why not? Pig spirit, use your mind wisely. He would like you to know that you have wisdom, that you are, and much like this expansion, the North card, you are intelligent, and you need, while you're in this decision-making process, you need to let your intuition in as well. So these are very closely related and make perfect sense. So just make sure that about open-mindedness as well. So especially when we are talking about making choices, making decisions, exploring like brand new things, and deciding if we're going to go somewhere that we weren't expecting our path to take us. It's not in our wheelhouse. It doesn't feel natural to us, and we're kind of taken off guard a little bit and are wondering, well, why on earth would we want to go here when clearly I was supposed to be over here, right? And that is because things happen in funny little ways, right? It's all gonna be for your benefit, but you need to use your intellect, you need to use your intuition, and these are just making sure that we realize that we're going to, like, it's really hitting home. It's a double whammy. It's like, I'm not kidding. Please use both things. Use your mind, do your research, get the facts, use your intuition, be open-minded, because it feels to me like you might be asked to do something that you weren't really expecting to do, and you're gonna have to really understand what your role in that's gonna be. That's kind of a long way to get around to that, but sometimes that's how it flows into my head. So, all right, let's go ahead and do our numerology card. Hooray for numerology. Okay, number 44, environment. Ooh, so this is talking about taking care of our environment. So we have the green. Green makes me think of environmental issues, right? And also it makes me feel of the heart, because green is the heart chakra. So I feel this is telling us that we need to make sure we're taking care of our environment, not only on on the outside, but also on the inside. This is really, though, and it really is both. So this is talking about making sure that you are respecting the earth, making sure that you are doing all that you can to show Mama Earth how grateful you are that you get the privilege of being here and get to be a part of all of the beautiful things out there in this big old world, right? There's so many things we can explore and so many things we can learn just by stepping outside our doors. It's amazing. So this is calling us to really be respectful of the environment and how we treat the environment, what we're doing to make sure that it's clean, or taking suit in some cause that we are feeling like we need to connect with, so that we can do our part to help in the environment. And then of course it's also talking about the inside, and which is good since we're talking about nutrition, right? But the outside can affect just as much as the inside. We know that. So it's good that we recognize it. But the inside also. So this is talking about your environment on the inside, keeping that in shape, cleaning it up, giving it some nurturing, right? And making sure that we are, when you're all kind of bogged down and have too much gunk in there, it's hard to make a good decision when you're not really focused, when you don't have the clarity of mind or the motivation or the energy to just go through the motions of, because making decisions can be a tiring process, especially when you have to do a lot of research. Plus you got to use, your inner knowing, and there's things that are making you question. Like, that's a lot on your plate. So if you're not feeling up to par on the inside, then that's going to take a toll on you, and you're not going to feel very good, and you might not make the best choices, right? And you won't feel like yourself. And we're really going to be talking about being honest, getting that authenticity out there. We want to make sure that we are going where we need to go, doing what we need to do, living life to the fullest, right? Being able to explore all of these things that are bringing passion and joy to our lives. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll do our consciousness card. And okay, we got 36, abundance. And she says, I am grateful for the abundance nature and the universe provide in my life. So, again, a duality here, right? This is calling for us to not only have the gratitude for the universe and what the universe can bring to us, but also nature. So it goes perfectly with the environment card, does it not? And so there you have your, oh, now the word just went out of my head. Boy, that sure happens to me a lot. It looks like I need to clean up my inner environment, don't I? So this mirrors perfectly, goes right along with what we're talking about here. And so this, you really need to, you're really being called to step outside, get in alignment with nature, with the earth, be grateful for the abundance that you have, because this is also asking us to be grateful. And of course, there's all kinds of things that we're to be grateful for in our lives, but this is asking us to be grateful for the abundance that you get in both worlds, in nature and the universe. So really for here, because I'm hearing something, so just a moment, because it's kind of weird. Yeah. So this is also asking us to expand our minds about what we're focusing on and how we think about and view our abundance that we get from nature, from earth, and from the universe as well. And this is asking us too, if you're not happy with your with your material wealth, then you're not looking in the right place. Okay, you're missing something. Something's not there that you need to connect the dots. And a lot of times it's not being grateful for what you have because you're out of connection or out of alignment with like the law of attraction, right? And the law of attraction is not just talking about getting abundance because it's money and it's wealth and it's things, material things. The law of attraction also talks about us having abundance in all areas of our lives. Relationships, like I said, being able to go outside at our front door and see all the vastness out there and learn so many things just by doing that, right? We get abundance by being able to create our world that in the manner that we want it to, in partnership with spirit, universe, God, however you resonate, right? We have lots of things that we can feel abundance in lots of areas of our lives. So we need to take all of that into account, get back outside, get into connection with Mama Earth, and also still maintain our connection with the universe, because when we send out those good vibes and be grateful for the things that we have just been given, some of those things were just given to us, we didn't even have to ask, then that just sends out that good juju, and you get more and more in return that brings you higher vibrations, right? And more abundance. And you just can't beat that, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and get our last card. Oh, good. I'm so happy about this. Yay. We get to have a sweet treat. I'm all about that. Number 50, sweet treat. And this literally is like taking the time to reward yourself. Have a day. You don't have to like eat an entire box of chocolates if you don't want to. You know, just find something special that you don't get to have very often. You can make it, you can purchase it, you can have a friend come over or with your family, and you can go ahead and make something together, which would be awesome for getting that family connection, nurturing your family ties and relations, right? That would be an excellent idea. So, and this is talking, have that sweet treat, but be mindful. Enjoy the sweet things in life, but be mindful of it in a way that you're enjoying every moment of it. Really savor it. See it for what it is. So this is about your senses too. Use all of your senses to experience the joy of simply being able to have a sweet treat, right? Something special. So this is really awesome to me. I love this because this is also, I'm also hearing that this is asking us to even realize the abundance that we have and what we can learn just by being present and mindful and understanding what's going on with us right now, instead of always worrying about what's happening in the future or crap that's happened in the past, right? So really enjoy yourself with this. I will take full advantage of that. I will do that. All right. So that's that for the reading, but I am hearing a couple of messages. The family connection thing, I'm feeling is really going to be tied in, and that's going to be very helpful for you this week in making sure that you kind of stay grounded, that you open yourself up. It will help you open your heart. And when you have those connections and you open your heart, you're going to be open to the joy. You're going to be open to feeling things in your body that you don't normally, so that you're able to discern if you're really passionate about something or if you're kind of faking it. I mean, I'm guilty. I have faked the passion because I'm like, I probably, since I'm trying to do XYZ, then I should probably really enjoy doing whatever this is. And I just don't. But I'm really trying to make myself. But when you can open your heart up and let that joy in and filter out around you and make connections, it will just light you up. You'll be able to be honest with yourself. You'll be able to, and this is like north, like true north. What's your true north? And true north can be a path that you're trying to take, a direction that you're trying to find in life. It can be someone who brings that true north to you or sets you in that direction. And this, you can have more than one path. So I feel like for some of us, we are trying to, and I think this kind of ties in with last week too, I think we're on more than one path, or that we have more than one purpose here. So we will be led down several different paths maybe in order to come to the end game, right? So we could be looking at, maybe that's a little confusing, but in the long run, would it make sense? Because if you do your due diligence and you sit there and you listen to your intuition and you do the research and do the facts and see kind of where things are leading, in the end, could it make sense? Even if it doesn't right now. So I'm hearing that that's going to be something to keep in mind. The family connections are really going to be something that we need to be mindful of. Nurturing ourselves is going to be something we need to be mindful of. And then the water. So like I said, Cancer is the water, Moon is emotions. That's also very watery. Luna controls the water, right? The tides, right? So very watery, very emotional. So it's going to be important for us to be around some water. And I'm hearing that if we can meditate by the water, that's really going to help us to ground and tune in and help us to make some of those decisions, right? Okay. I think that's everything for the reading part of things, and I'm not, I don't think I'm hearing any more messages. There's a little, yeah, so so for this North card too, and also, so with these two, the sweet treat is also bringing in like fun and enjoyment and like feeling like kind of a little, like a little zest, like a little zing. And this expansion card is also telling us that this is a time for exploration, for adventure. Like it's an adventurous time in your life because you're like finding your true north and finding your assignments or your purposes or paths, whatever you want to call it. That can be exciting. It can take you places too. It may not just, you might not just go on the internet. It could take you other places as well. And I'm hearing that the environment is going to be a big thing. I'm hearing the environment is going to be important for some of us. That maybe you have been thinking about or into a cause regarding taking care of the environment, and that you're going to, we are going to be called to be an educated, to educate or teach about this cause or about taking care of the environment. And I'm children keep flashing in there, and I'm hearing that maybe making a garden with your family or growing your own food, something like that. Teaching your kids about how to take care of the earth, and also other people too on a larger scale. You might be called to be in some kind of a leader or an educator or a teacher type role for something. It could be on a small level, it could be on a big level, it could start out small and go large. But I'm hearing that the family connections would be good to be looking into, and doing things together in the environment, connecting, and probably making that sweet treat. Yeah, do that. All right, so I think that does it for that part. So let's go ahead and get into the nutritional information. I'm going to grab some notes for this just in case, because sometimes I forget, because I get on a roll and then I forget all the things I want to talk about, and I don't want to forget. All right, so the things that really stood out for me was, so what I'm really hearing and what's really standing out to me today is the heart chakra. Now, the heart chakra is an air element, and the air obviously is also part of our environment, and it also rules the lungs, right? Other things as well. But the lungs is what I was kind of called to today. So we're gonna need to kind of watch our air quality. Make sure that we're not like in too much smoggy, smoky, cruddy air. That we are maybe doing some breathing exercises. I mean, breath work would be wonderful to do to kind of get those lungs to expand and deflate. You can do that in your meditations. You can do a great breathing meditations. Those would be very beneficial. So we want to take care of our lungs. Make sure that we have good air. Make sure we're doing some breathing exercises. And there's something else that was... Oh, and make sure eats like we want to make sure that we are getting good some good antioxidants. That will also help if there's like some gut if we're getting some oxidative stress. And we did talk about that. So I'll put a link into last week's because we did talk a little bit about that. So just making sure basically that you are able to eat vegetables. And I'm also hearing for this environment card too, that doing a garden with your family, but also try expanding on eating a little bit better quality of foods. So maybe trying to add some organic things in, right? And then also what I was really hearing too was trying to if you're having issues with your water and the water quality is just not there, or if you're not spending enough time drinking enough water and getting hydrated, that you really want to pay close attention to that, because water is very important for the lungs too, like we were talking about. I wasn't getting off the lungs, I promise. I wasn't finished there. So we do have the water element here with Cancer, right? And then, so you're gonna want to make sure you're drinking the best quality water that you can. And I do have a hydration. I'll link the hydration in the description, and also I can leave a little card for you. I think I've done that before too. I'm really getting technical with some of these things. Woo. But anyways, so up your water quality a little bit. And drink more water. Make sure that you're being hydrated, because the water will help to keep your airways, keep your lungs and your airways clear, help get, remove any inflammatories and mucus, right? And then also exercising, so that you are exercising to the point to where you're breathing heavy. Like, you don't gotta kill yourself or anything like that, but to where you're using your breath. And because when I'm exercising and I haven't done it for a while, or if I have a bunch of gunk, I can literally start feeling the stuff coming up, and afterwards I feel 150% better. During not so fantastic, but doing some exercise is going to be very beneficial. And if you can, get outside. It's actually getting really nice around here, and I'm in the Pacific Northwest, so we don't always have the best weather, and it does rain quite often. But the weather's been great, so we've been getting out and doing all kinds of walks, and I love being out in nature. It really does make a big difference, so try to do that. And then I was also seeing, and then we did talk about trying some new, with the expansion card, to try adding more vegetables too. Expand upon, yes, better quality, try to get some organics, but also add some new things in. And it can be seasonal, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with doing seasonal, but to really make sure that you are trying to get different varieties, because variety is the spice of life. I hear it all the time. So it must be true, right? And then if you have that variety also, though, you're going to be getting a lot of different antioxidants in there, because you know, all of these vegetables, all the foods and the berries and all of that, they all have different purposes and different chemicals and vitamins and minerals in there that do different things in your body. So it's important to be able to get a good array of those things so you're getting the antioxidants that you need, and you're not just heavy hitting on one but this other one is completely depleted, even though you're doing great in one. Because I'm hearing alignment too. Alignment is really standing out with me here too. So alignment also to me is balance. So you're going to want to make sure that you're balancing out those vegetables and the fruits and things like that too, so that you can get everything in there that you need and get rid of all of the nasties. Okie dokie. And so also, try more. I'm like, up your servings, right? Like maybe during the day have a vegetable snack, some carrots and cucumbers, something like that. And of course, we want to stay away from things that are going to make our lungs caca, right? That are going to make them mucousy, that are going to inflame them. So the refined sugars are, you're going to really want to try to stay away from those. And yes, we are going to have a sweet treat, that's fine. But this is like having an excess of refined sugars, not just mindfully eating a sweet treat one day that we don't normally do, right? Rewarding ourselves, or just it doesn't even have to be a reward for anything other than we're just rewarding ourselves because we just want to, right? So make sure that you are watching out that you're not eating too many of those refined sugars. And like I said, getting into if you are able to get out of certain circumstances where the air quality is poor, that would be a good idea as well. Like air contaminants in general too, like cleaning chemicals and things like that. You may want to look at something a little bit cleaner or greener, and see if you can make a switch over or something, especially if you've been having some trouble with your lungs. And lung health is very important, because you gotta breathe or you're just not gonna make it, and we want you to make it. All right. I also did want to note too that with this heart chakra card, it is also about abundance and intelligence, and the things that are good for your lungs, like we talked about, those dark leafy greens and all the vegetables and the fruits, and getting a variety is also going to help your heart chakra. So it'll keep because we want to be focused too, right? We want to have some good focus. We want to be able to be sound in our minds and not have a lot of brain fog and all of that. So eating those things will also help you when you're making your decision process, okay? And I think that's it. We got everything. Not too hard this time, right? We can do that. It's fun. We get to get out in nature. We get to have some good exercise, meditating by the water, spending times with our families, loved ones, who's ever close to us. And by families, it doesn't just have to be your born family. It can be the family that you choose to be your family too, right? So those people that you enjoy very much and need to reconnect with, do that. And don't forget the sweet treat though. Please don't forget the sweet treat. That would make me really sad if you forgot the sweet treat. Unless you can't have it. So I'm not trying to force you to have it if you can't. So I'll just stop right there. All right. I think that is all that I have for you today. That's pretty awesome. I like this one a lot. Let's have one like this every week, right? Okay, so I will see you guys again on Wednesday for the midweek check-in. Have a wonderful week. I'll give you a big old hug, sending you loving and healing energy, and y'all have a great rest of your week, or at least until Wednesday when I see you again. All right, bye now.